Hey there, so I just finished diving deep into Matt Haig's notes on A Nervous Planet, and seriously, I couldn't wait to chat with you about it. You know how sometimes you pick up a book and it just gets you right where you are in life? This was totally one of those for me. It felt like Matt Haig was sitting across from me, sipping a coffee, and just laying out all these things I'd been feeling but couldn't quite put into words. The reason I grabbed this book in the first place is because I felt that creeping sense of overwhelm lately. That feeling that the world is just moving too fast and our minds are struggling to keep up. And wow, did this book tackle that head on? It's essentially a guide to staying sane and human in a world that often feels like it's trying to make us anything but. Heck explores this incredible, often frantic, modern world we live in and asks how do we navigate it without losing our minds? He's coming from a place of deep personal experience, having battled anxiety and depression for years, which makes his insights feel incredibly real and grounded. He even wrote a previous book, Resist to Stay Alive, about his mental health journey. So he's truly an expert from the inside out. One of the biggest takeaways for me was this idea of a nervous planet. He posits that our world, increasingly connected by technology, is behaving like a vast nervous system, and sometimes it feels like it's having a collective nervous breakdown. Think about it, our individual anxieties are often amplified and mirrored by the anxieties of the world around us. He talks about how we're bombarded with information, especially news, which is almost designed to stress us out. It's true, isn't it? If the news was designed to keep us calm, it would be yoga or a puppy, and he makes this really insightful point that reading news about how things make us anxious can actually make us anxious, creating this self-fulfilling loop. It's like our world has more food for our nightmares now, but it's not just the news, is it? He really digs into the life overload and technology overload we experience. We have more books than ever before, more TV shows, more films, more everything, but we're still just one person. He says, we have multiplied everything, but we're still individual selves. This really hit home for me. We're constantly chasing more, but our finite time and capacity remain the same. The pressure to do it all and see it all is immense. It's like our minds are computers with too many windows open, leaving us feeling overwhelmed and disabled. Now, you might be asking, but how does this nervous planet specifically impact me? Haig suggests that this constant bombardment and pressure feeds into our personal anxieties. He describes himself as a catastrophist, someone who always imagines the worst-case scenario. And he realized how much the world feeds into this. The continuous stream of shocking headlines and instant information can make us feel perpetually on edge, as if every moment holds the possibility of disaster, and he illustrates this so vividly with his own experiences, like being convinced his mom had died in a car accident if she was a minute late picking him up from school. It's that feeling that every nerve feels raw. He also touches on the addictive nature of technology, especially social media. He shares his own struggles, like getting wrapped up in online arguments or constantly checking for likes, comparing it to Samuel Pepe's compulsion to check his new pocket watch 100 times. It's a powerful point. The ability to check something can turn into a compulsion, making us long for a time before such constant access. He even quotes former Google employees and tech insiders who are now warning about how these platforms are designed to hijack our minds and exploit our friendships. The algorithms, he argues, eat empathy by pushing us into echo chambers, making us hate anyone who doesn't think exactly like us. So what can we do about all this? Haig's advice isn't about ditching technology entirely or living in a cave. Instead, it's about a life ahead. He talks about disconnecting, putting away the phone, avoiding constant news, and simplifying. It's not a magical cure for anxiety, but it helps you stop feeling worse and plateau, allowing recovery to begin. It's about being aware of what hurts you and then applying that knowledge to the better times too. He shares a list of utopian commandments for staying sane online, like practicing abstinence, turning off notifications, not comparing yourself to others, and remembering that what seems real might not be. He really emphasizes that feeling you have no time doesn't mean you have no time, and feeling you are ugly doesn't mean you're ugly. Our feelings are just that, feelings, and they don't always reflect reality. Another big theme is consumerism and wanting Haig argues that we're constantly sold unhappiness because unhappiness drives spending. Marketers often use fear, uncertainty, and doubt to make us buy things we don't need, promising a kind of transcendence that never truly satisfies. He mentions how rates of eating disorders are rising globally, partly linked to the pressure to look perfect in a culture saturated with idealized images. It's a vicious cycle. We buy something, get a fleeting hit of enjoyment, but then we acclimatize and need something new, something upgraded. This diminishing returns on happiness is a powerful concept. He encourages us to be kinder to ourselves about ourselves. Instead of chasing an impossible ideal, he says, love imperfections, accentuate them. They are what will make you different from androids and robots. He reminds us that true happiness comes from within, from accepting who we are, rather than constantly striving for external validation or material gain. The book really emphasizes the interdependence of mental and physical health. He dismisses the old Cartesian idea that mind and body are separate, reminding us that we do not have bodies, we are bodies. This means that physical activities like yoga and running can profoundly impact mental well-being, and conversely, mental stress can manifest as physical pain. He even shares that simple things like being in nature can have a measurable beneficial impact on mental health. Ultimately, Haig's message is one of awareness, acceptance, and simplifying. He believes that awareness is very often the solution itself. By understanding how the modern world affects us, we can choose how to respond. He urges us to stop the rushing after nothing. Stop being afraid of slowing down. He says, don't just take your time, be your time. It's about finding that stripped-back acoustic version of us. So for anyone feeling overwhelmed by the sheer pace and demands of modern life, I'd say this book is a must-read. It's not about finding a perfect state of nirvana, because as Haig himself admits, he's so not there either. It's about an ongoing process of self-care and setting boundaries. It's about realizing that everything you are is enough, that we don't need a bigger boat to deal with the invisible sharks of anxiety. We're the bigger boat. By simply being aware, by letting go of what doesn't serve us, and by prioritizing love, connection, and our true selves, we can find a profound sense of peace amidst the chaos. It's a reminder that even when the world feels like a mess, we can choose to be a happy mess.